I came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship, and all you gotta do is join our trip. There isn't any cost of membership. All the sailors here are really hip. I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard our trip. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship. When Duska shows up, it's time to get my act together. Time to get my act together. Turn down the noise in the background. How is everybody doing? Boy, I hope you're more on top of things than I am. Holy smokes, man. My life's been a little bit upside down. And I don't quite know how to say it. I don't know how to describe it. Let's close that out. Let's close that one out. How are you doing, people? How are you doing, my friends? Quick peek around the horn to make sure I'm live everywhere I'm supposed to be. I'm definitely live at, yes, the home of free speech in America. Pilled Foxhole. Good to see you wonderful folks over there. YouTube, I see your smiling faces. Thanks for hanging out with me. How about over here at Rumble? Yes, my content. There it is. I forgot it was Wednesday, and we have people hanging out over there. Beautiful. Thank you, Rumblers, for being there. Look, I'm so bass-ackwards today. I don't even have all my lights on. Oh, boy. Sitting here unplugging my headphones. Man. Zoe, just sit down, have a sip of grog. Everything's going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Starface, good to see you. How about over here in D Live? Oh, yes. Yes, we're live at D Live. Bad Zoot, Willie Fix It. How are you folks doing over there? How about here at Twitch? We are twitching that itch right now. We are. Okay, I'm live. Everywhere I'm supposed to be live, and there are smiling faces. Let's say some hellos at the home of free speech. Breathe. Relax, he says. Yes. You know, I really look forward to my shows. And I had this epiphany driving home from work on Monday about this great show I was going to do, and I'm like mostly prepared, and I was all excited about it. And then when they called off work on Tuesday, well, let's say our hellos first. Maddie's mom in the house. Good to see you. Safety Net, how are you doing? Spaz, oh Yeti. Good to see you. Zoom. Was watching you last night on Due Diligence's Tuesday night show.
A lot of fun that was. Starface 15 in the house. Double D is with us. How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. Revenge of Deutsche in the house. Man, this is nothing but a great, great bunch of people hanging out. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here. Rooster, my brother. Man, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Anytime I see the rooster, here comes the rooster. It's going to be a fine one. So, basically, my life was turned upside down on Monday. And that's why, at least if I have something to blame it on, I can blame it. Blame it on the moon. Crazy. Here in Southern Oregon. The other 2 days ago, coming home from work, I posted on my YouTube channel just a short video about the crazy snow that we got here in Southern Oregon. I went to work on Monday, working at my boss's place, only about 3, 4, 5 miles from here, 5 miles tops. Piece of cake. And during the day, while we were at work, it starts to snow. And seriously, it starts just coming down. And it got to the point where we had like 6 inches at his house. Well, he's in the flatlands. I live here in the mountains. I'm about 500 feet higher than the foothills down below, the valley floor. And I thought to myself, we'll get a little bit more than them. Maybe we'll get 6, 7 inches up there. Well, I was right. Monday night, we got exactly 7 inches of snow at the house. And it was, it's always so fresh and clean. It's most unusual for this area. We really don't get large amounts of snow. A typical Oregon winter here, I'm in Southern Oregon. I am just barely over the California border. I'm barely an Oregonian. I'm at exit 24, which means I'm 24 miles north of the California border. So for us to get, we'll get a 3-inch dusting, and you wake up and it's all pretty and nice and quiet and white and beautiful, and you think to yourself, isn't that picturesque? And then the sun comes out that day, or the rain comes, and it's gone. It's guaranteed 2 days later, there isn't a trace of snow. There isn't a trace that snow ever happened in your life. And that might happen to us twice, maybe 3 times in a winter, if it's a big winter. It's very rare that we get any kind of accumulation of sorts. So as I said, Monday night I start driving home, and it's snowing to be damned, and it's kind of fun. I get home, Mrs. Zoe she had come home early from work, so did her sister, and they're calling me saying, "You better get your ass home. You're not going to be able to make it up the driveway. We barely made it. You're going to be walking from the mailbox." And I'm like, I don't think so. My trusty little Jeep, they wrote the book on 4-wheel drive. So I popped that sucker into 4-low and drove home like it was a warm, sunny day. That Jeep didn't have any idea that there was snow on the ground. Got me all the way home, and we laughed about it. And I said, "Hey, you need me to go to the store to get anything?" The two of them are like having, So, well, it didn't stop snowing. It continued. It continued to snow throughout the night and most of the day yesterday. So yesterday morning, I get in my truck and I drive to work. I get all the way to my boss's house, ready to go to work. And I see that his truck is still in the driveway. And it's like, he should be long gone by now. And I'm like, what the hell? So I look at my phone, and there is a note from our operations manager saying, what the hell are you guys doing? There's no work. There's no work on Tuesday. Don't anyone attempt to go to work. The roads are dangerous. I made it all the way. I never... Perhaps I think differently than the average bear, but Give yourself a little more braking distance, right? Give yourself a little bit more braking distance and, don't drive insane speeds. And snow is just frozen rain. That's really all it is. If you can drive in the rain, you can drive in snow. You just don't drive like a maniac. The thing that drove me crazy, and this is true. This is true. Anybody who hails from Southern California knows the minute it starts raining, all those people forget how to drive. Californians do not know how to drive in the rain. It's just freaking rain, people, okay? But Oregonians are actually a very small percent. In fact, I should look it up, but I would be willing to venture a guess that only about, at best, only 10% of the people who live in Oregon are actually born in Oregon, okay? We are a bunch of immigrants here, a ton of immigrants. You know what? Now my curiosity is aroused. I'm going to look it up. How many Oregonians currently living in the state are natives? Let's see what they say. Only 4%. Only 4% of the state's total population are natives. All the rest came from somewhere else. Wow. I wasn't far off, was I? Crazy. Yeah. Oregon is a bunch of immigrants. That's what we are. We're all California transplants or whatever, but it's very unusual. In fact, the native Oregonians are so proud of it that most of them have a little sticker in that back window that has a little outline of the state that says native on it, just to give you that little we're natives. I'm a real Oregonian, you're not. And I don't blame them. I'd be proud if I was from Oregon. I don't even know where I'm from. I know I was born in New Jersey. That much I know. Anyway, so it continued to snow all of Tuesday. I parked in front of my boss's house. I was prepared to get out of the truck and go to work. When I saw his truck was still there, I read my email that said, hey, no work today. And we're going to reach out at the end of the day and tell you what we're going to do for the next day. So I came home, and it's very rare that I have a day off in the middle. Very, very rare that I have a day off in the middle of the week. And I took care of a lot of stuff that I just normally don't have time for, which was wonderful. Which was freaking wonderful. Today, or last night, I get the next email. They're shutting down the jobs again. Don't bother to come to work until the following day. And I really don't know how I got my wires crossed. I thought all day it was Tuesday. I really did. All day I thought it was Tuesday. We went out this morning and, we got significantly more snow. In fact, I have a snow update for you. Yes, I do. Let's just enjoy that first. Let's go here, and I'll show you this. It'll get you caught up to speed on how much snow I got. So it looks like it's time for an update on Zoso's snowing nightmare. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this just picturesque? I mean, look at it. Wow. So, yesterday, when I got home from work, we had 7 inches of snow. And it stayed like that all night. Everything was groovy. This morning, about 11 o'clock, it started just kind of light
drizzle, that ultra light snow, but it quickly turned to flakes. And it is now, it's almost time for, quite frankly, it's closing in on 4 o'clock my time, so it's been snowing the better part of the day. And let me tell you, we've got some serious freaking snow happening, people. Serious freaking snow. I like it. I like it a lot. My trusty Jeep. Let's go, baby. They don't think I'm going to make it to the store. Now, they plowed this morning. This morning, this road was bare asphalt. It's a lot of snow for Southern Oregon. I love this. I had the day off of work. They told me don't come into work today. Walking in the winter wonderland. So I'm back here at the house. And every now and then you just got to go. Every now and then you just got to go and whip out the old tape measure and see what you really got. That is like 12 and a half, almost 13 inches of snow. I'll settle with 12 and a half.
Wait.
That's pretty respectable.
I wanted to see.
Well, the two of us know we're swarming toasty right here in front of the fireplace.
So, yeah, 12 freaking inches. We got an alert from the city saying this was, we set a one day record for the greatest amount of snow in a 24-hour period. And, I got the note that I had today off of work, and it just didn't click that it was Wednesday. I don't know, just didn't click. My hat goes off to Jackson County and the road crew out there. They've done a wonderful job paving the roads. The most difficult part of my existence right now is getting out of my, eighth mile long driveway. You get out of the driveway, it's a piece of cake. But freaking 12 inches of snow is pretty freaking cool. That's, if I was a little kid, I would be ecstatic right now. I really would. It reminded me of being a kid. It reminded me of being a kid in New Jersey. And, it's weird, but you're, 55 years later, you don't really remember how much snow you got as a kid in Jersey. I always equated it with at least a foot. At least a foot. I could be all wet. I just remember that my mom and dad couldn't get out of the garage until, we paid a company to come and pave our driveway or plow our driveway. And there was always just this huge bank of snow at the end of our driveway. And that's where we made, the launch pad for our sleds out into the backyard. And, it's fun. Due diligence says awesome. It's a fair amount, but seriously, it's just freaking snow, man. It's not, I don't know. It seems strange that people just wig out about it. It is unusual that we get that much snow. It's not the most I've ever seen. Back in 95 or 96. 95 or 96, we got the biggest. You know how most communities have something that's known as like the 100-year flood, and we've had a couple of floods in the time that I've lived in Oregon. In the 33 years, 34 years I've been in Oregon. Wow, 36 years I have been in Oregon. Crazy. 89 to 2025. Yeah, 36 years. We have things called the 100-year flood. And we got flooding before where we got this much snow, like 8 inches 10 inches on the valley floor, and then the sun came out and melted it all in 24 hours. I mean, it was a warm, sunny day of like 60s, and that snow disappeared. The Rogue River rose 45 feet. Water was touching the bottom of our bridge there in the little town of Rogue River where I live. And there were, of course, photos, news, houses floating down the river. Crazy shit. I mean, really, really crazy shit. But that one year I was telling you about, 96 comes to mind. We got 24 inches of snow. It was crazy. It snowed for like 5 days running, and it was really, now that is something you gotta. I mean, if you don't have like a week's worth of food at home, I mean, you're not getting to the store. When you have that much snow, now look, I know you people from Minnesota and Wisconsin, and you're just laughing. I know you're just laughing because this, But here in Southern Oregon, where, our summers are like, we may as well be in the freaking desert. Our summers, we get 110 degrees here. This isn't really known as, it's not Denver, okay? This isn't freaking Colorado. This is just Oregon. Yeah, we get a little snow. This is a lot of fun. It's interesting. It's different, and it's fun. I have to say, it's a lot of fun. I drove into town today, and there was snowmen being built on the side of there. I mean, big snowmen. I mean, like snowmen with 3 foot wide bottoms. These guys built a snowman that's like 9 feet tall down there on the way into town, and that sucker's going to stand for a few days. I mean, right now, today was a sunny day. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it was a warm sunny day, but it was a sunny day. There was no snow today. And, so at least a good inch, 2 inches maybe, dissipated, it just kind of crunched. This is sledding snow right now. This is what you live for, sledding. Oh my God, I got some sledding property up here. If I was a kid with my flexible flyer, I'd be out there right now with lights on. Okay, I mean those were the days. Snow was so much fun as a kid, and that's kind of what I want to address tonight. Where did the little kid go, and where did the adult pop in? Because snow used to be like the most exciting thing ever. I was working at my boss's house on Monday, okay? And as I explained, it started snowing. And it started snowing considerably. And about the time they had like 5-6 inches at their house, it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock on Monday. My boss's wife, who's at home during the day, and me and 2 other workers were there. She goes, "Can you guys watch the house? I've got to go get the kids." I'm like, "Get the kids?" She goes, "Yeah, they just closed the school. School's going to be closed the next few days." And I'm like, "Wow." I guess I look outside. That's when I first looked outside and went, "Damn." I guess So she brought the kids home, and by 2 o'clock, they were in their snow gear, chomping at the bit to get. They couldn't get their snow pants on fast enough to get outside and play in the snow. And that's, I mean, those are the memories that I cherish. The playing out in the snow. I shared this not too long ago. When I was a kid, I got my trusty whiteboard right here. When I was a kid in New Jersey, there was a driving range. And up here is where the golfers would stand when they would drive their golf balls. Damn pencil. And the dirt used to go like this. They had like 4, and then the big fence was here that collected all the golf balls. But out here was like 300 yards, you know. But at nighttime, they set this place up with lights, huge lights. And they, you know, for, I think it was $5, bring your family, which in the 60s was, you know, but man, we would sled down that thing, and my uncle had this toboggan, an 8-man toboggan. And we'd get all the cousins on there. I mean, there'd be like 12 of us on there because, you know, I'd be in the front. I was steering, and I'd have like a little 3-year-old kid in front of me, you know, all like just like the little kid on that. What's that movie, A Christmas Story, where the little boy's got so many things on, he falls over and he can't get up, you know, like just like that. Just, I mean, exactly like that. And we would toboggan all the way down. And the only drag about being, you know, the guy in charge is that, you know, you have to walk all the way back up that hill. And I would be the guy that had to tow the toboggan back up. But it was, oh, man, so much fun. So much damn, always so much damn fun. Take notes. There's going to be a quiz. The advanced graphics. Yes, my whiteboard. Hey, I'll have you know, who's that blonde kid? I was watching him back in 2018 when it was just him and his whiteboard. He's now a very prominent newscaster. What the hell's his name? Anyway, got a very high opinion of himself these days. Who else we got here? Spudley is now in that Snowpocalypse. Snow Giants. Oh, Spud said they got their first snow of the season today, but it didn't stick. Really? Really? So right now they are saying on the news, where did I see it? Like the northern and western states we're getting hammered. What is... let's see. They are saying right now that everywhere from Minnesota, they're getting a base of 24 inches. Holy crap. I talked to Belushi, and he said they were supposed to get hammered. So I guess from Minnesota all the way to Oregon, we are getting the goods right now. I wonder, where are some of my Prairie Fire? You got any snow in Wisconsin right now? You're my Rust Belt guy. Ginger 45, good to see you. Crack that whip. How's it going, my man? Abe, what's going on? You get any snow up your way? Did you get any snow in your... Yeah. I look just like Glenn Beck, don't I, with my whiteboard? So, anyway, today, during the day, Mrs. O comes in around, I think it was right around 11 o'clock. It was just about lunchtime, and I had just been floundering. I'd been working on the getting questions for the show this coming Saturday. Very excited. Last night, our friend, quite frankly, Frank, was a guest on the Coffee Talk with Sandra show. And she laid the old foxhole squares on him, and looks like he's going to be joining us. He's going to be joining us in mid-March, which is exciting. Due Diligence says, up here they're expecting at least 6 more inches tonight. So you got some already? You got some already. Wow. And Prairie Fire says it's dry in Wisconsin. Wow. What the hell? There's supposed to be some kind of crazy... I love these terms they come up with. I read it again yesterday. What are they calling it? Southern California is due to get one of those atmospheric rivers. An atmospheric river. I mean, what the... Weather in my lifetime, the covering of weather by meteorologists has changed so much from the time that I was a kid until now. Honestly, I wish my dad was still alive to see the crap that's been going on lately, because one of the very first things I would have asked my dad about, being that he had 2 degrees. One of them was aeronautical engineering. He was very, very, an Air Force guy. What can I tell you? What more do I need to say? I remember being a kid and laying on the fresh cut grass. The smell of fresh cut grass. And me and my dad are laying on the front lawn in New Jersey, and I look up and I see a jet going by, and there's the contrail that disappeared behind it. And I remember asking my dad, "What is that little white line, and why does it disappear? Is that smoke, Dad?" And he explained to me about the hot air, or hot engines, and cold air, and the ice crystals that form, and how they melt after 30 seconds because ice doesn't stand a chance up there in the cold atmosphere with sun beating down on it, ice particles. And then when the chemtrails started, I first noticed them about 1999 is when I first looked up and went, what the hell? How come that one goes all the way across the whole fucking sky? What is going on? And I wished my dad was around to ask him, what are they using, some new kind of fuel, or because there is no explanation. There is no explanation for chemtrails. You cannot say that it is a contrail. It is just horse hockey. Ice crystals don't just stay up there all day. Okay, that's a fact. You can take that one to the bank. So obviously there's something else coming out of that airplane, leaving those white stripes in the sky. Yes. Anyway, I loved the whole of it. Mrs. Zoe came in today around 11 o'clock. Says, we got problems. And I said, what do you mean we got problems? So down below, we have a chicken coop that's pretty good size. It's like 15 by 20. And in front of it is a dove aviary. When my sister-in-law, who owns the place, when she was married, her husband bought her 2 turtle doves. 2 turtle doves. And then he built this, off the backside of the chicken coop, he built a fenced-in area that's like 30 by 30, and it's about 10, 12 feet tall, and fully wired, the whole chicken wire, and there's no way out. And these doves, being doves, being horny little doves, these doves have now multiplied. There's like 50 of them. There's like 50 doves down there. And there was once there was only 2. So the strange thing is, Mrs. Zoe is out front on the front porch today, and she looks over on top of the, 10 inches of snow on top of the hot tub out there on the deck, and she sees this big fat dove. She's like, well, that's weird. Why would there be a dove outside? I wonder if she so we've accidentally left the gate open, and doves have escaped, and they're not the most intelligent bird out there. There's times when we'll leave the door wide open, the 5-foot wide gate, just leave it wide open, and the doves will actually fly from freedom in the trees. They'll fly back down. We put a little trail of grain there, and they'll eat their way right back into the cage. They will follow the food and go right back into the cage. There's nothing. They're not the most intelligent birds out there. But we went down to find that the 10 inches of snow that had accumulated on top of the aviary actually collapsed over half of the roof system. Now, it's not very elaborate. It's just a bunch of 2x4s, but, like 16 footers on some posts with 10-foot wide chicken wire all over it that's been clasped together. And, damn thing's 30 years old, 25 years old anyway. It gave out. The board's rotten. The 10 inches of snow piled up on top of it. I was going to shoot some video of that. So some birds escaped, and we spent the better part of the day down there I went and got a weed burner and melted all the snow from underneath. It was really funny. Mrs. Zoe and her sister and I looked like 3 drowned rats, taking shovels and smacking the chicken wire, and all the snow comes through the holes and just soaks your ass. She got a nice bath up there. And I got pretty soaking freaking wet. But hey, we just took some temporary that deer netting, that plastic, looks like plastic chicken wire, and we just covered the big holes. And even though the aviary now looks like this, all right, it's severely half of it is on the ground. The doves don't know any better, and we're able to let the chickens out, and they're poking around on the ground. But one of the funniest things, I wish I had uploaded it. I wish I had uploaded it for you, because yesterday we took our new cat, Phantom. You saw him at the end of that video there briefly. He and I were relaxing by the fireplace. And we put him out in the snow, and he stood there for a second on the deck, and he's looking at this white stuff, and he doesn't quite know what to think. And then, being a courageous cat, he just jumped out in the middle of it. And 10, 12 inches of snow. He collapsed under it, squished down in the fresh snow. And for a couple of seconds there, he didn't know what to think, because he's never seen snow before, and then B, he's trying to get his footing. He's trying to put his foot down for a solid surface, and there wasn't any. It was absolutely hysterical. Dem turned red. How are you doing, my man? Good to see you. Leah Worth, how you doing, darling? Good to see you. Leah, I'm hoping, I've been meaning to reach out to you. I would love for you to be a guest on our, a contestant on the Foxhole Squares. Are you going to do it? I hope you will. You know what? We've got some people here in the audience that I don't think have, maybe they haven't seen or heard about the Foxhole Squares. So being one who's brutal about,
friends, Zozo Dude,
about self-promotion. Let me take a second. All of you who don't know about the Foxhole Squares, well, you're going to find out about it in the next 60 seconds. Here we go. The Foxhole Squares. Shameless self-promotion by your brother Zoe.
Hello, my friends. Zozo Dude 77 here. Have you heard about the new game show on the Foxhole? It's called the Foxhole Squares.
During the Revolutionary War, the Minutemen were called that because they were supposed to be able to do something in 1 minute. What was it?
Well, I have it on good authority that Burt Cocaine comes from a long line of Minutemen.
You won't want to miss a second of this show. It is quickly becoming the most watched program on the Foxhole.
Spazzoyetti, according to Cosmopolitan magazine, can a married couple have a romantic interlude just once a month and still be happily married?
I would say yes, as long as the other person doesn't find out.
Find us each and every Saturday night, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, exclusively on the Foxhole at the Coffee Talk with Sandra channel. Be there or be square.
All right, there it is. The Foxhole Squares. I've done my work for this week. I did my promo. I need to take a second here and show you something. Show you something right here.
Just once a month?
There we go. Let's go back to this for just half a second. Right there. Look at that. You see this guy right here? Everybody knows him. That's T.L. Spud. He was our champion that night. He won the game. Spudley won the game. Picture yourself in one of those squares, people. We need contestants. Particularly female contestants. For some reason, a lot of guys are reaching out saying, yeah, man, I'll be on the show, but we need female contestants. So if you would like to be a contestant on the show, it's just like the Hollywood Squares from the good old days, okay? If you remember how to play the Hollywood Squares from watching it on television, then you need to be a contestant on our show. And I hope you will reach out to me, zosodude@protonmail.com, zosodude@protonmail.com, just like it sounds. Leah Worth, I could see you as a contestant. And you know what? It's in your time frame. You know, by that time of night, you've put mom to bed on a Saturday night. I see you fitting right in. Yes, Spaz was hysterical that night. Spaz was great. He was great. In fact, honestly, we've got a really good crew. We got a really good crew of people. Wait a minute. Lotus 1978, you and Dem Turned Red are you're broadcasting these days? That's fantastic. What is the, whose channel? Whose channel are you broadcasting on? She says they've done 4 streams. So Lotus 1978 and Dem Turned Red are a wonderful couple. All right. Hey, I'm going to reach out to you, Lotus, or you reach out to me. I think we still have each other's cell phones. I think I got Dem Turned Reds for sure. She wants to be a contestant. She's down to try it. Yeah, baby. That's what we need. That is what we need. We need contestants for the show. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Sandra ran it by Frank last night, and I sent him that promo, and he wrote me back and said, dude, count me in. I'm in. So Frank will be joining us as one of the squares in mid-March. We got the Batman coming up. We've got Uncle Krusty is going to be on the show as a square. Due Diligence is coming back as a square. Bunch of your... Sloan TV, Tim Sloan. Tim Sloan is going to be one of our squares. We got oodles of wonderful people showing up. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. It's a good time. It's a good time for everyone involved, myself especially. I love the crew. I love the crew that we have. They're just they don't get any better. They don't get any better than the squares and everybody that we have gathered. And I mean it. If you even are this much interested in being a contestant, I hope you'll reach out to me. zosodude@protonmail.com. Say, hey, I'll be one of your contestants. Or if you are a broadcaster and you would like to be one of the squares, man, don't be shy. Don't be shy. It's a good time. And by the way, you win real gold pills thanks to the mats. thanks to the Mats at Pilled Foxhole, they have sanctioned the show. They are paying out real money, people. You can win real gold pills. Ask TL Spud. He won like 1,500 of them. It was fun. It was great. I think Addel's coming up. I think Addel is coming up soon. You might be right. All right, we'll be back right after this little video right here. Right here. A handful of folks there, a small smattering of some of the amazing people that I meet each and every summer when I jump on one of my two Harleys. Let's see, is that one of them? Yeah, there we go. Let me get out of the way and show the girls. Yep, Libby, Peggy, Libby and Peggy. They're always ready for a ride. Way more ready than I am. I just fired Peggy up the other day. She roared right into life. If there wasn't 10 inches of snow out there still, I might have gone for a ride, but I don't think I'd make it out the driveway. Don't think I'd make it out the driveway right now. So's been everywhere, man. So's been everywhere. I'm going to go again this summer. I think I'm going to go a little later in the year. The last couple of years, I've been kind of shut out. I've gotten into the South, but man, I paid the piper year before last going through Arizona and West Texas when it was 117 degrees, and I ended up cutting one of my trips short. It was brutal. So to circumvent that, I think I'm going to go a little later in the year. I want to go right across the Gulf of America down there, and I've got a bunch of friends in Texas and Alabama and Mississippi to see. I'd love to run into my buddy Val if time permits. I did get into Alabama and a bit of Florida on this last trip, but nothing like I'd like to. I wanted to go completely down, and damn it, I'm going to do it this year. I want to go all the way down to the Keys. I want to ride down one coast of Florida down to the Keys and come up the other coast, and I want to take the coast route. I want to be looking at water the whole time. Put on some shorts. I'll come back. By the time I get out of Florida, I'll look as brown as Red Pill 78. What a transformation in our dear brother Zach, huh? The guy who, you guys remember back when his uniform was a flannel shirt when he lived in Michigan? Then he moved to Ohio, and now that he's down in Florida, he's nothing but, he's all tan. He looks like a different guy. In fact, somebody's got a sticker out there showing a transformation of Zach. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They show him as a white guy, then they show him as a tan, and then the last, if somebody has that sticker, they have to post it because it makes me wet my pants. It's so funny. All right, well, I completely screwed up tonight. This show is it's over. It was supposed to be over at 8:00, but I didn't get started until 7 because. Honestly, my show runs Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific. And that is a standard, and I won't ever deviate from that. I just completely forgot it was Wednesday night. And I ran to the store just before dinner and grabbed some goodies, and I come back, and Mrs. Zoe says, "Do you know what time it is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's like 6:20, 6:25. She goes, "Aren't you supposed to be on the air?" I said, "No, it's Tuesday." She goes, "Are you sure?" And I said, "It's the 5th. And we look at the calendar and went, "Oh my God, it's Wednesday." So sorry about the delayed start, people. Sorry about the delayed start. But it's always nice to spend a little time with you at all. Friday night, I want to tease Friday night. I've got a fantastic show coming this Friday night. Yeah, you're gonna dig it. You are going to dig it. We're going to be looking at the 60s, not from the aspect of peace and love and LSD and all that shit. No. We're looking at the countercultures of the 1960s, how it progressed from the beatniks to the Love Children, and what basically brought about the demise of the hippies as we know them, the yippies, and all of that. It's going to be a great show, people. This Friday night, I will be well prepared, and I'm excited about it. I'm freaking excited about it. It was supposed to be tonight. I just forgot what day it was. Forgot what freaking day it was. All right, I'm going to sneak on out of here. It's been my pleasure to spend some time with you. Look at these wonderful people. Phil Bradley, Teresa Cerna, Q Magoo, Andrew Schroeder. We're all Winston now. How are you guys doing over there? Good to see you. Good to see all of you hanging out over there. The Seegers family. The Seegers family? What is going on? What do you know about that? I'm probably on the big screen down at my sister's television. Amazing. Good to see it. The Seegers family would be my my sister and my brother-in-law. Well, all right, I'm getting out here, people. Sorry about the late start, and we'll see you Friday, but Friday's going to be an extraordinary show. You're not going to want to miss it. I will start right on time at 6 p.m., and it's going to be a really pleasant ride. It's going to be a pleasant ride. Krusty, good to see you, my man. Leah Worth, always good to see your smiling face. Winston Dave, thank you. Thank you kindly for your contributions to this show. Let me take a second to thank the wonderful people who donated to this show tonight. Winston Dave, Rooster55, Ginger45, Trick Pony. How you doing, sister? Good to see you. Safety Net, Due Diligence. Thank all of you. There is a scratchin' headed your way. If you're not sure what the scratchin' is, well, if you were on Pilled Foxhole, it is kind of like a lottery ticket. And at the end of the show, you can scratch it off and win gold pills, which are worth real money, people. That scratching is coming your way right now. Over here in Lemonland, we've got a wonderful group of sailors who have donated all night to the show. I want to thank Lynn Winters, Bad Zoot, Artist61, TL Spud, Willie Fixit. Artist, good to see you. I didn't see you. There you are. There you are. Good to see you, Steph. Steph, you got to be a contestant. You've got to be a contestant. Oh, yes. We got to do this. Okay, I'm going to load up the treasure chest. I'm going to put a little something in there. There it is. There it is. Over at D Live, we have a similar system where the content creator can give back to the wonderful people who donate to the show. It's called a treasure chest, and I have just released it in 25 seconds. Some lucky winners are going to be receiving lemons right back in their kitty. So thank you guys for donating to the show tonight. It means the world to me. Thank you to everyone hanging out over at Rumble. I appreciate all of you. Same with YouTube, our champions. YouTube, currently the champions wearing the crown. YouTube is wearing the crown from the trivia challenge the other night. They're all going like this right now. All right, luckiest followers, Bad Zoot, baby, on top of the heap. Spud on her heels, Lynn Winters, good to see you on the list again. Willie Fixit and Artist61, fantastic. Congratulations, you guys. Way to go. Way to go over there. All right, your brother's, though, is checking out. I don't want to play Ride, Captain Ride, although I do normally end the show with it. Tonight, I'm just going to lay low. Nope, stop that. So, you say one thing and you do another, so there you go. Yeah, I get yelled at by YouTube when I play that song, so I don't want to get in trouble. I'm hoping that they're going to fix things over there so that a guy can do what he wants. But so many other things are getting fixed right now. I guess I can't complain. I can wait. I can wait a little longer. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. We will see you all on Friday night. And I promise you, Friday night is going to be a great freaking show. All right? You're going to dig it. You want to be here Friday night. I look forward to seeing you. Let's turn the waves up. We got some waves, we got some seagulls, we got a really, really nasty foghorn. And, folks, I'll be saying my goodbyes in the chat. I'll see you Friday night at the right time. I'll be on time on Friday night. I love you all. Take care, my friends. See you around the bend. Leah Worth, I'm reaching out to you. Artist61, I'm reaching out to you. Come be contestants. We need you. We need you.